guess is, I just imagine Jeffrey and Scotty are with me every week here on the Wednesday evening practice. So welcome, guys. I just want to jump right in here. So if you have not already, get your mat, put it in the place you like to put it, gather your props, and make yourself a comfortable place to sit. We will begin in a seated position. Cross your legs at the ankles. Settle down through your seat. Grow tall along your spine. Hands on the thighs. Notice whether you've turned your palms down or up. How that action may reflect your thoughts or your emotions at this moment. Settle down through your seat. Notice those spaces where your body is connecting or touching the earth. And root down into those spaces. Feel the support of the earth beneath you. Consider the earth rising up to hold you. Energetically connect with the earth, sending energy down from your body and drawing energy up from the earth along your spine. Lift into your armpits, perhaps shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears to lengthen the sides of the body, before looping the shoulder blades together behind the heart, broadening the collarbones and actively opening the heart space. Let the weight of the arms sink towards the earth, bringing the shoulder blades down the back side of your chest. It's likely that these actions of opening up the heart space have caused your head to tilt back slightly. Bring your chin down parallel to the floor as you actively lengthen along the back of your neck, lifting through the crown of your head. Tone in the upper abdomen, left and right, front lower ribs into a central point. Ease that point subtly towards your spine. Arrive. Invite yourself here into this space, into your body, into the present moment. Approach your practice with intention. Consider that some of the skills that we cultivate through the physical yoga practice, the physical asana practice, the exploration and observation of these different shapes, these skills may be applied off the mat in the struggles of our lives, in the challenges of the world around us. Today I'm focusing on this idea, as I often focus on this idea of stimulation and reflection. So we do the pose, we create heat, we create tension in the body, create challenge in the body, and then we reflect on that. We take a step back, look at the experience, absorb the experience, gather more energy to move into the next challenge. And even if the poses that we encounter today are very familiar to you, you might have done these poses before, you might have done them thousands of times before. Consider that the context of your body is new and different. Today, it's never been what it is today. And that's true of every day of your life. The world is a constantly changing environment. And we do not practice in a vacuum. We do not live in a vacuum. All we are a part of and affecting and affected by the world around us. And that is something we can observe on our mats. Begin Ujjayi Pranayama if you have not already. Draw a gentle contraction in at the back of your throat. Listen for the sound of your own breath. And let that sound be a soundtrack to this moment. A sensory tool to continuously bring your awareness, bring your attention back to the breath, back to the body, back to this moment. We're going to breathe through 3 rounds of Ujjayi Pranayama together today. So it'll be an inhale count of 7, an exhale count of 7 for each round. Empty the lungs and begin the inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fill and hold at the top. And with control, exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty. In again for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fill and hold for a moment. With control, exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last biggest breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With control. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resume your breath as you bring your palms together in front of your heart. Widen through the elbows. Once again, broaden and open the heart space. We will chant Om 3 times before beginning the moving practice. Please chant along with me. Chant so I can hear you. Exhale and inhale for Om. Bow your head to your heart, release your palms to your thighs, and slowly lift your head as you open your eyes. Switch to the cross of your legs, and one thing I'm going to do today differently, I'm going to start with the left side for all of the asymmetrical poses today. So let's bring the left hand behind the hip. Right hand can rest on the right thigh. So we're going to start to revolve or twist from right to left, bottom to top, without using the hand against the thigh. So notice how this changes the pose. How do you have to move differently to get into the pose without the help of the right hand? So my idea is that this engages or brings more attention to the strength of the abdomen to revolve around that central channel of the spine. So now that you've connected with that, bring the hand to the thigh and move the revolution up the spine, into the upper back, across the shoulders, collarbones broad once again, chin parallels the floor, eventually taking the gaze over the left shoulder. Legs and hips stay rooted, stay grounded, connect with your breath. And notice the inadvertent expressions that might be popping up here. So is there tension in the face? That's one of the first places I always look. A furrowing of the brow, a clenching of the jaw, a grimace. Try to relax those external, those inadvertent expressions as we turn the gaze inward, focusing along the spine. Okay, again, take pressure off the right hand as the left arm reaches up out of the left waistline. Grow tall along the left side, and then exhale, lean the upper body to the right. So again, we're starting from the lower body, using the strength of the abdomen to shift the right shoulders forward, revolve the left ribs back, and then hand to the thigh. Use the hand against the thigh to draw the right shoulder forward and open the left shoulder back. Looking up beyond the left tricep muscles. Again, release inadvertent tension in the face. You gotta notice it before you can let it go. Inhale, come back to center, and we'll go to the right. Right hand behind, left hand rests without pressure against the thigh. Inhale, grow tall, and exhale, revolve. So this approach to the twist might make you aware of some ego you have in your approach to the practice. I'm speaking from my own perspective when I bring that up. So it is possible that you cannot go as deep into the twist without the assistance of the left hand. Do you have a need to go deeper? If you do, consider trying things a new way. And that there might be value, there might be something to learn from this new perspective. And then bring the hand to the thigh, because let's get that upper body into the equation. Collarbones broad, right shoulder blade on the back, chin parallel to the floor, look back. Because I do want you to open up the upper back. Okay, continue to breathe. Recognize inadvertent expression or tension in the face. Okay, again, pressure off the left hand, right arm reaches. Grow tall out of the right side and exhale, lean the upper body at an angle towards the left. Right hip tacks down. Use the abdomen to revolve the lower body, and then use the hand to revolve the upper body. Look up, reach to the left, lengthen along the right side body. Inadvertent tension in the face, recognize it, and maybe let it go. I swear I'm going to have to do a whole practice on Elsa. I have this great frozen angle to take on class. Okay, wait for it. Start to fold forward. Come down onto your forearms. Rest your head on fists, forearms a block, or possibly on the floor in front of you. So now we're taking this inwardly turned shape, reflecting on the back body. So I'm thinking here about the front body as being the expressive side of our body, the emotive side, and the back body being this, the more subtle side, the introspective side. Come back up and move it into a tabletop shape. Plant your wrists below your shoulders, spread your fingers, and begin your cat and cows. Move into cow as you inhale, tailbone and gaze up, inner thighs back. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, tailbone towards the floor, belly button towards the ceiling, arch the upper back, cat pose, and continue through these two shapes with the pace of your breath. So let the breath lead for now. Let the breath dictate the pace of the movement, coming to the peak expression of each shape at the very top of the inhale, at the very bottom of the exhale. Noticing any resistance to synchronized breath and movement, or if that action is just something you do automatically from your history of practice. Okay, let's come back to a neutral spine. We're going to bring the right hand below the face, the left hand to the back of the skull. Inhale, open the chest to the left, look up, point the elbow up. Exhale, curl in, 4 more. Inhale, open left. Exhale, curl in, shoulder blades apart. Inhale, shoulder blades together, chest expands. Exhale, curl in, 3. Inhale, open left. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, last one, left side. Exhale, curl in, and plant the hand below the face. Right hand to the back of the skull. Inhale, open right, look up, broaden across the chest. Exhale, curl in, elbow towards the wrist or forearm. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl in, 3. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl in, 4. Last one, inhale, open to the right. And exhale, come back down and plant the hands below the shoulders. Once again, right shin angles out to the right, left hip. Let's do the other side. Okay, left shin angles out to the left. I'm going to make a point to correct myself when I start doing it the way that I'm used to, which is starting on the right side. Okay, so plant the left hand below the shoulder, stack the right hip on top of the left hip, stack the hips, stack the shoulders, bring the right heel to the height of the right hip, point the right toes, bend the right knee, and then reach for the outside of the right foot. Lengthen through your right knee, lengthen through the tailbone, and then begin to kick the right ankle or foot into the right hand to draw the right shoulder onto the back of the chest as you revolve the chest and maybe the gaze skyward. Keep pushing or kicking the foot into the hand, keeping activation of the right leg as you start to stretch across the front of the hip, stretch the quadricep muscles. Again, inadvertent tension in the face, anyone? Let it go. Okay, gaze down. That's just a taste of my Elsa class soon to come. Hand back below the shoulder, right shin out to the right, left hip, left shoulder on top of the right side. Lift your left heel to the height of your hip, point your toes, bend your knee, reach for the outside of your foot or ankle. Kick your foot into your hand and begin to push your left thigh towards the wall behind you. Left shoulder on the back, right ribs, gaze revolves towards the ceiling. Inadvertent tension in the neck, in the edges of the mouth, across the brow. Again, keep the left leg active, foot pressing into hand, thigh bone back, shoulder blade on the back. Then gaze down, hand down, knee down, and what's next? Walk your knees back about 6 inches. Tuck the toes under, tilt the tailbone towards the ceiling, reach your chin and chest forward, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale and start to lower down. Knees, chest, chin to the floor. Elbows in, shoulders away from the ears, and then slide forward onto your abdomen, chin on the mat. Lift and lengthen your legs back. Press the tops of your feet down. Engage the muscles of your legs to lift your kneecaps. Lengthen through the tailbone. Draw in and up on your lower abdomen. Shoulder blades on the back. Collarbones broad. Inhale. Come on up. Use the strength of your back body to begin to lift your chest. Again, starting without the pressure in the hands, and then adding the pressure. Elbows in, elbows down. Collarbones broad, shoulders on the back, shoulders down the back. Feet continue to activate. Pushing the feet down, lifting the kneecaps up. Lengthen the tailbone back, lower abdomen in and up. And exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes, lift the kneecaps, lengthen through the heels, lengthen through the tailbone. Engage your lower abdomen in and up, and then push up from the floor to a plank position, and exhale back to downward facing dog. So that's one option of a flow or a half a sun salutation. I'm going to give you another option because this is going to be our time for our push-ups, and I'm just looking to intensify it today. So here is the second option for the flow, which is what I'm going to be doing myself. So I'm going to be instructing this. Inhale, come to plank. And then the shoulders shift forward of the wrists. Exhale, lower down to the bottom of a push-up. And then we're going to roll over the toes, push the hands down, open the chest up for upward facing dog. Note in upward facing dog, the thighs, the knees, the hips are all off of the floor. And then slide back over the toes, lift through the sides of the waistline, lengthen through the tailbone, come back down to a low plank or chaturanga, and then push back up to plank position. Exhale, hips lead you back, downward facing dog. It will be easier when we don't do it so slowly. Okay, we're going to do 4 more of that, or the half sun salutation, or our regular push-ups. You do you. Inhale forward, exhale lower. Inhale, curl up, upward facing dog. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale up, exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward, exhale lower. Inhale up dog. Exhale, bottom of a push-up. Inhale plank, exhale back, downward facing dog. That's 3, right? Inhale forward, exhale lower. Inhale up dog. Exhale low push-up. Inhale press, lifting through the sides of the waistline. Exhale back. Last one, first set. Inhale forward, exhale lower. Inhale curl up, upward dog. Lift those thighs. Exhale back down. Inhale, push up, exhale back. If you feel that you're struggling, I'm right there with you. Inhale, left leg lifts straight up and back. Lift to the top of your mat. And as you exhale next, lunge your left foot to the top of your mat. Lift up onto fingertips, fold fists, or blocks on either side of your front foot. Square your hips forward, scissor the legs together. Tone the legs. Square the hips, lift through the back inner thigh, broaden the chest. Notice your lunge. Arrive here. Mind, body, breath. Inadvertent tension in the face, anyone? Let it go. Exhale, hips back. Left leg straightens, ground through the base of the left big toe, lift into the kneecap, pull back through the left outer hip. Round the spine, chin to chest, forehead towards or to the knee. Inhale, back to the lunge, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, curl the spine, straighten the front leg, and move through these 2 postures with your breath in any way you see fit today. So I know as I go through these two poses, I like to hold in one of the shapes for a couple breaths and then spend a little bit more time in the other shape. So notice your own needs, your own desires at this point. I'm still putting this sequence under the heading of warming up. Later, when we're done warming up, you have to do everything I say. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. Oh, okay. That joke was in poor taste. Okay, right hand to the floor or to a block. Left hand, no weight. No weight in the left hand. Start to revolve the right ribs towards the left. Stack the shoulders. Weight out of the wrist into the knuckles. Sweep the left arm up. So again, using the strength of the abdomen to open up into this pose, to revolve around the spine and open up the shoulders, open up the chest. If you'd like, open up further. Bottom ribs skyward, top ribs earthward, embrace the sky. And then look down, hand down, press back, downward facing dog, second side, right leg lifts as you inhale. Look to the top of your mat and exhale, lunge the right foot to the top of the mat. Hands on fingertips, fists, or blocks on either side of the front foot. Right knee over the right heel, right thigh parallel to the floor. Lift through the back, inner upper thigh. Scissor the legs in, right heel back, left foot forward. Square the hips. Tone the legs. Arrive in your shape. Shoulders away from the ears, collarbones broad. Awareness of the back body. Awareness of what's behind you. The left leg. And exhale, straighten the right leg, lift into the right kneecap, lift into the left kneecap, round the spine, chin to chest, forehead towards or to the knee. Inhale, back to your lunge. Exhale, straighten the right leg, round the spine. Inhale, lunge, continue to move with your breath or hold in each shape for additional breath. Come back to your lunge, left palm to the floor, block, or block. And again, without using the strength of the right hand, let's use the strength of the abdomen to revolve around the central channel of the spine. Lift up into the left shoulder, ground through the knuckles, sweep the right arm up, stack the shoulders, look up, lift through the back inner thigh. Either choose to stay here or open up. Oh my gosh. I just had a lot of noises along my spine. Okay, look down, hand down, press back, downward facing dog, and guess what? Second set of up dog push-ups. Inhale forward, exhale lower. Inhale, roll over the toes, open up, upward facing dog. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank, lifting through the sides of the waistline. Exhale, hips lead you back. One, downward facing dog. Inhale forward, exhale lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, push. Exhale, hips back, down dog 2. Inhale forward, exhale lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, push up. Exhale back, downward facing dog 3. Inhale forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last one, best one. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, push up. Exhale, hips lead you back. Downward facing dog, right foot towards center, left leg lifts straight up and back, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, lunge your left foot between your hands. Square the hips, long stride, back inner thigh lifted, hands to hips, elbows to the ceiling, draw back through the sides of the waistline as you come up, high lunge. Shift weight forward and down in the hips, then pull weight to the left heel. Arms at your sides, shoulders back, palms forward, inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, using the strength of your abdomen, open your chest towards the left wall, arms down to the height of your shoulders. Inhale, back through center. 1. Exhale, open left. Inhale, forward 2. Exhale, open left. Inhale, forward 3. Exhale, open left. Inhale, forward 4. Last one, we're going to hold it. Exhale, open left. Use the strength of the abdomen. Keep the back inner thigh lifted. Scissor the legs together. Left hand to the outside of the left thigh. Right arm along the right ear. Optional. Lean back. Open up the right side body. Stay deep in the lunge for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands frame the front foot. Step back. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts with an inhale. Look to the top of your mat. Exhale. Right foot lunges. Scissor the legs, square the hips, deep in the lunge, hands to hips, elbows to the ceiling. Draw back through the sides of the waistline. Tailbone down, lower ribs in and back. Chest open, arms at your sides. Palms forward, shoulders back. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, open right. Inhale. Exhale, open right. Inhale, 2. Exhale, open right. Inhale, 3. Exhale, open right. Inhale, 4. Exhale, open right and hold. Use the strength of the abdomen to revolve the left ribs towards the right wall. Right ribs back, collarbones broad. If you'd like, right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Left arm along the left ear. Curl back. Look up. Deep in the lunge. Weight in the heel for 5. Soften the face. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands back to the floor, press back, DFD, downward facing dog. Take the time to walk it out, explore the backs of your legs. Get reacquainted with your breath. Slow it down, invite more in, push more out. And we are going to continue practicing hopping to the top of the mat. So another theme I was thinking of today is I kind of took it upon myself to rename awkward chair to fierce chair. And then I was thinking, what's wrong with getting awkward? So let's push through, let's practice awkward to get to fierce. Because you know what? If we don't try hard, awkward, uncomfortable things, we're not going to make real changes. Okay, look to the space between your hands, lift up onto your toes, draw back through the sides of the waistline, shift the shoulders forward, exhale, and hop to the top of your mat. Okay, it might have been awkward, it might have been fierce. Either way, we're gonna do it again. Hopper step back, downward facing dog, bend the knees, lift the toes, drop through the sides of the waistline, shift the shoulders forward, look where you're going, pull the belly button into the spine as you exhale, and arise silently at the top of your own mat. We got 3 more. Hopper step back. Bend, draw back, shift forward, look forward, exhale. Okay, 2 more. If you spontaneously erupt into a handstand, make sure you have a wall nearby, or maybe you don't need one. Look forward, waistline back, shoulders forward, exhale. You're doing this with me, aren't you? I hope so. I can feel it. You are, because I'm feeling the collective energy here. Lift through the sides of the waistline. Look forward. Exhale. I hope you're not at home being like, I wasn't doing it. You're full of it. Okay. Feet hip width distance apart. Lift and spread those toes. Create a wider base with your feet. Place those toes back down. Bend your knees. Rest your torso on your thighs. Let your upper body hang forward. You might grab opposite wrists, forearms, or biceps as you let the upper body sway, perhaps. You might shake the head gently, yes and no, identifying tension in the neck and the upper back along the shoulders. And by addressing that tension, might you begin to loosen your grip on it, to let it go. Again, this position of turning inward, literally turning our faces in towards our own bodies, and in doing that, becoming more aware of the back body.
As you fold forward, you might follow energy up the backs of your legs as you inhale. As you exhale, that energy has this momentum from the hips down the length of the spine, releasing back to the earth, through the crown of the head, through the elbows. Okay, fingertips to the floor in front of you or to blocks. Push your feet down, lift your hips up, lift your kneecaps up. Lengthen along the backs of your legs as you actively extend the crown of your head towards the floor. The closer your head gets to the floor, your hands might go to a lower setting of block. Your elbows might need to start to bend out to either side of the room. Lift your shoulders up away from your ears to keep the sides of your neck long. Inhale, palms to shins, shoulders on the back, half lift. Exhale, fold deeply in, release the head down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, sweep your arms out, up, and overhead. Look up, reach up, palms touch at the top, and exhale, hands through heart center and arms to your sides. Stand in your mountain. Embody the mountain, become the mountain. Collarbones broad, rising from the earth, growing tall, growing strong, from the earth to the sky. So a powerful pose in and of itself, but we keep coming back, we keep practicing this pose in new contexts, on new days. And maybe the energy of this pose grows and changes. Okay, from mountain, sweep the arms overhead, perhaps look up as your palms touch. Exhale, flow the upper body forward, fingertips to the floor, release the head as you fold in. Inhale, palms to shins, shoulder blades on the back, chin and chest forward. Exhale, fold in, head releases. Inhale, rise with the breath, sweep up, look up, palms touch. Exhale, hands through heart center, back to your mountain, shoulders back, collarbones broad. One more time with your own breath count, possibly with the eyes closed. Back to the mountain. Okay, so again, with this thinking of pushing through awkward to get to our own ferocity, our own stand in our own power. So we are going to do a fierce pose or an awkward chair sequence. So if you've been with me through the years, I have taught this pose a lot from sitting down first and then lifting the upper body second. So today we're going to do the upper body first and then sink the hips into the chair. Even a little more awkward, in my opinion. Ground through the feet, so base of the big toes come to touch. If the inner feet coming together is not available, then a block can come to its lowest setting between the thighs. So that you can squeeze into that block with the feet apart. Okay. Inhale, take the arms out in front of you. Extend through the fingertips to lengthen the arms, and then plug the arms deeply into the shoulder sockets. So your arms are long, but they're also plugged in. They're still connected to your body. Okay, turn your palms towards one another. And as you plug the arms in, as you reach the fingertips forward, start to sweep the arms up overhead. And then, once you have your arms straight up and down, then start to draw the biceps back behind the ears without jutting the low ribs forward. So we're going to try to keep the upper body pretty much as it is. Hug your block or hug ankles and knees together. Draw your waistline back. Shift weight to your heels as you exhale to sit deep down into that awkward chair. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, draw back through the sides of the waistline, squeeze ankles and knees, weight in the heels, waistline back, hips low. Inhale, back up, 2. Exhale, go down, arms back, maybe gaze up. Inhale, back up. Exhale, take your seat, take your time. Inhale, back up. Last one, we're gonna hold. Exhale, sink those hips, waistline back, ankles and knees in. Tailbone tucked, arms reached, gaze lifts up for 5. Soften that inadvertent tension in the face. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Exhale, arms to your sides, collarbones broad, back to your mountain. Okay, and it changes. Take your feet apart, turn your toes out at about a 45-degree angle. Hands on the hips, shoulder blades back, and as you exhale, bend your knees in the direction of your toes, sink your hips down to the height of your knees. Thighs parallel to the floor, adjust your feet so that your ankles are below your knees. Extension through the inner thighs, contraction through the outer hips, upper body back. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, listen. Exhale, left arm underneath the right. Elbows lift, forearms away from the face, upper body back, weight in the heels for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, right arm underneath the left. Sink the hips down, extension through the inner thighs, contraction through the outer hips. Weight in the heels, upper body back. Lift the elbows, draw the forearms away from the face or grab shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, come back down one more time. Football, goalpost, arms, elbows in towards the armpits, shoulder blades on the back, upper body back, weight in the heels for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs, reach up. Exhale, arms to your sides. Heel toe your feet to about hip width distance. Locate your invisible hula hoop. Pantomime picking up your invisible hula hoop. Place it around your waist. Get silly with it. And spin that hula hoop. One direction. Ankles and knees soft. You gotta make sure your arms don't hit the hula hoop, so you can't have hands on hips. Remember? This is some serious silliness. You gotta follow the rules of the hoop. Okay. And stop. And other direction. Okay. And put your hula hoop down. Take your feet wide apart. Heels touch the back end of your mat. Toes turn in just slightly. Tone the muscles up your legs as though you're pulling on tight stockings. Lengthen down the tailbone, hands to the hips. Have your yoga paraphernalia on the floor in front of you. Thrust the shoulders back, tilt the gaze skyward, lengthen along the front of your torso, and as you exhale, bring the chest parallel to the floor. Lift the kneecaps, push the thigh bones back, plant the wrists below the shoulders. Lengthen along the front of your torso, and then slowly walk the hands back. Extend the crown of the head towards the floor. And make sure the fingertips and toes are all pointing in the same direction. Keep the wrists and elbows shoulder width distance apart as you turn in once again. Turning in, opening up the back of the body. Lift into the kneecaps, ground through the outer hips. Notice what you're feeling, where you're feeling, and find some grounding for your head. Maybe in a blanket, maybe in a block, maybe in a tower of blocks. So the ego might be informing what you do here. I know it is trying to tell me what to do. So
our practices, our lives, our, world is not just going to, my understanding is that it's not just going to march forward in this linear progression where we all get smarter and better at doing these asanas as we keep practicing. There will be steps forward, there will be steps back. The important thing is to be on the journey. Keep taking the steps, keep being curious, keep engaging with the context of your body, with the context of the greater world. Maybe that's what I'm saying today, at least. Shoulders away from the ears, extend down through the crown of the head. If you have your head connected onto some form of ground, then extend down through the crown of your head. What is it to make that connection? If you're feeling it, just float the legs right up there into a tripod headstand. Okay, hands back below the shoulders, half lift, hands to the hips, elbows to the ceiling, draw back through the sides of the waistline, come on up, heel toe the feet back together. Grab that invisible hula hoop, take it over the head, and spin it, hands up. And other direction. Keep the shoulders loose. And place your hoop back down as we come down onto the mat. We are nearing the end of practice here. Let's do a couple of back bends. Camel pose. Point your toes back, stand up on your knees with your knees hip width distance apart. There will be options here. We'll be on the bus stop system. Hands in your yoga pants back pockets. Ha ha. What yoga? What respectable yoga pants have back pockets? If your yoga pants have back pockets, please email me a picture of them. Lengthen down through the tailbone, shoulder blades on the back, collarbones broad, heart lifted, gaze up. Lengthen along the front of your torso, and then exhale, begin to lean back. You guessed it, into the unknown. If you don't watch Frozen movies all the time, you might not understand these references. Okay, so hands in the back pockets, heart lifted, tailbone down. Either choose to stay here with the support of the hands in your back pockets, or bring the hands to the heels, fingers outside, fingers inside, thumbs outside, inner elbows rolling out, opening up to either side of the room. As shoulder blades lift into the back of the heart, lifting the heart higher. Are you a head suspended or a head released back kind of camel? Bring awareness, bring attention to your front body here. I'm calling this a very extroverted posture. When you're ready, hands to hips, hips forward, shoulders forward, head comes up last, knees together, feet together. Take a seat on your heels, moving into our neutral rock pose. Settle down through the hips, down through the sits bones. Hands can rest on the thighs, shoulder blades down the back. So let the effect of the previous pose reverberate in this present moment. Okay, again, lift up onto your knees, hands in the back pockets, tailbone down, front of the pelvis lifting, push down through your bones. Shoulder blades on the back, heart lifts, head suspended to begin, and then curl back.
Keeping the hips over the knees, curl back. Keep the hands in the back pockets or hands to the heels. Fingers inside, thumbs outside, head suspended, or if it feels okay for the neck, release the head back. Stay grounded through the feet, actively grounding through the knees. Lengthen through the tailbone. Lift the back of the heart as the shoulder blades squeeze in. Open up the front body and notice the experience as you live it. Hands to hips, hips forward, shoulders forward, chest forward, head comes up last, knees together, feet together, seated on the heels. Hands to the thighs, collarbones broad, shoulder blades down the back. Back to your rock pose, a neutralizing of the spine, an opportunity to let the pose land, let the sensation, the arousal of the physical arousal reverberate in this moment. Where are you feeling? What are you feeling? Okay, swing the legs forward and let's come on down onto our mats, onto our backs. Feet on the floor, knees bent to the sky. Bring the left knee in and up towards the left armpit. Interlace your fingers in front of the left shin. Pull the knee in and up towards the left armpit. And now extend the left leg straight. Interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Push your thigh into the interlace of your fingers. Reach up through your heel. Pull back through your toes. Engage JUN-10-2020, knee lock around the left knee. And if you'd like, extend the right leg straight. Heel down, calf down, thigh pushes towards the floor. JUN-10-2020, knee lock, right leg. Widen the left outer hip away. Inadvertent tension in the face. Let it go. Okay, unlace the fingers. Take the right hand to the outside of the left calf or thigh and start to widen the left leg, at an angle towards the right. Now, pull the left leg back towards the left, meeting with the resistance of the right hand. Left outer hip widens away. You can even use your left thumb in the crease of your left hip to push your left outer hip away. Okay. Left foot back to the floor. And right knee in and up towards the chest. Interlace the fingers, pull the knee in and up towards the armpit, squeeze it in, and extend the right leg straight. Interlace the fingers behind the thigh, heel towards the ceiling, toes back towards the body. Push the thigh into the hands. With the hands, pull the leg down towards the earth. Head of the femur bone into the hip socket. Now, angle the right leg over to, left leg can extend here. If you did it on the first side, likely want to do it on this side. Left heel down, left calf down, left thigh down. And right leg over to the left hand to the outside of the right thigh or calf. Angle the right leg to the left and then pull the right leg back towards the right, meeting with the resistance of the right hand. Use the right thumb in the right hip crease if you'd like to push the right outer hip crease away from your face. JUN-10-2020, lock the knees, engage the muscles around the knees to lock them, not just thrusting the knee joint back. Push out through the feet. Release the leg, feet back to the floor, knees in and up towards the chest, not all the way. Let's just cup the knees with the hands and rock the knees side to side, massaging the sacral spine.
Okay, knees in and up towards the armpits. Take hold of the outside edges of the feet. Happy baby. Soles of the feet towards the ceiling, shins perpendicular to the floor. Rock side to side. One knee down, then the other as you push your feet into your hands. Feet together, interlace your fingers around the outer edges of your feet, widen your knees out to either side of the room. Flatten your low back against the floor. Use the pressure of your feet into your hands to pull your arms taut, heads the arm bones curl away from the floor. Reclined bound angle pose or reclined butterfly pose. And lastly, bring it in. Bring it in for a hug. Bring your knees together. Wrap your arms around the fronts of your legs. Grab hold of wrists, forearms, or elbows. And do you have words to tell yourself that you love yourself, that you appreciate yourself for doing this practice? Find those words. As awkward as it is, as it may be. Chin to chest, forehead towards the to the knees. Squeeze the legs. Fierce hug. Tailbone tucks towards the heels. Pull it in. And then release out through the limbs. In lieu of an inversion today, let's take legs up the wall. If you have an unobstructed wall space and a bolster or a woven blanket, you can bring that right to the baseboard of that uninterrupted wall. And if you have a strap, make a loop in that strap. It's about 12 inches in diameter. Don't miss this. Don't miss this part of the practice. I know this is the hardest part of the practice to do at home. Okay, legs up the wall, hips lift onto the height of the blankets. Wrap the strap around the ankles if you have it. Get your blankie. I mentioned blankie earlier in the week that I said, do adults have blankies too, those objects of comfort? And one of my students said that yes, indeed, adults have blankies. So I was glad to hear that. So if you have a blankie, get your blankie. If you have an eye pillow, put the eye pillow on. And arrive. Again, invite yourself into this space. This space called corpse pose, savasana. And I find that name really leads my understanding of what this pose is. So we've physically put ourselves through a lot over the last 60 minutes. And now we're finding this very supported shape. This pose where we are inviting the body to rest, to release. Giving ourselves an opportunity to view the body from an outside perspective. So although the body is invited to rest at this time, this is not sleeping. walking into the possibility that there is a consciousness that is able to observe the body and mind. Start to come back, possibly by deepening the breath and beginning to invite movement back into the fingers and toes. From there, rocking arms and legs from side to side. Slide your feet down the wall if they're up the wall. Take the strap off. Extend your left arm along your left ear and let's roll on to the left side, transitioning from our corpse pose into this fetal position. Push your way back up to seated. Keep your eyes closed as you do so. Settle into your seat. From the earth grow tall, hands together in front of your heart. Close the practice with the single sound of Om. Exhale and inhale. Thank you for your presence, your patience, your focus, hard work, dedication. Thank you. The light in me recognizes and bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thanks for being here. As always, get in touch with me. I appreciate it, even if it's just to say I did class, and that's all. I like it. So, or don't. It's kind of cool that you can be anonymous, and I can just, I could imagine you're anybody. You can imagine you're a three-headed dragon. Wouldn't that be funny if you were, and I just guessed that? Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now and go eat some food. Have a good night or day, whatever you're practicing.